We collectively hold a comforting fiction about the nature of success. We believe the arena is filled with contenders, and that victory or failure is decided on the field during the heat of competition. We imagine the collapse happening in the middle of the race, a noble failure of stamina or strategy. But the data suggests a much colder strategic reality. The vast majority of ambitions never survive long enough to face actual competition. The tragic reality of human potential is not defeat, it is the absolute failure to initiate. 99% of people are defeated before they even cross the threshold. We don't fail because we lack talent. We fail because we spend all our energy negotiating with the starting line. Look at the crowd. These are not lazy people. These are the prepared. They have the manuals, they have the strategies, and they have drafted the perfect plan. But they have made a sophisticated compromise. They are confusing the theater of preparation with the discomfort of movement. They are waiting for permission, or for clarity, or for the psychological safety of a perfect moment that never arrives. Excellence is never a prerequisite for starting. Rather, it is always the final result. In this video, we are not going to talk about how to run the race. We are going to examine the internal forces preventing you from ever hearing the starting gun.
We have entered the era of productive procrastination. This is the most dangerous trap of the 99% because it feels like work. You aren't sitting on the couch. You are researching, color coding, and optimizing. You are seeking the perfect sequence of events to guarantee a result before you've even exerted a single newton of force. This is a sophisticated exit strategy. By overanalyzing every variable, your brain is actually looking for a reason to quit without the bruise to your ego. You tell yourself you're preparing to win, but in reality, you are just building a labyrinth of excuses. Excellence is not a prerequisite for starting. It is the currency you earn through the friction of movement. If your plan requires 100 steps to feel safe, you've already lost the initiative. The 1% understand a fundamental truth. A flawed plan executed today is infinitely superior to a perfect plan that remains a draft.
Physics dictates that static friction is always greater than kinetic friction. The hardest part of any endeavor is the transition from 0 to 1. This is the moment of maximum resistance, where your ego is at its most vulnerable. When you finally decide to push, the world pushes back. You will feel the weight of social judgment, the fear of looking clumsy or unprofessional in front of those who haven't even tried. This is the filter of the 1%. Most people turn back the moment they feel this heat. They mistake the struggle of the start for a sign that they aren't ready. They are wrong. The struggle is the proof that you are finally moving. To join the elite, you must be willing to endure the embarrassment of being a beginner. You must be willing to look foolish to those who are too afraid to even stand up.
Complexity is the final fortress of the coward. When we are afraid to move, we complicate the mission to justify our stillness. We tell ourselves that a grand goal requires a grand, intricate strategy. This is a fallacy. To join the 1%, you must master the art of strategic simplification. The strategy is not to do more, it is to identify the lead domino. You must strip away the theater of being busy and isolate the one single action that makes all other tasks easier or unnecessary. If the goal is a business, the action is a sale. If the goal is a book, the action is a page. Stop looking at the mountain peak. The scale of your ambition is currently your greatest enemy because it triggers your brain's safety mechanism. Shrink the horizon. Your objective is not to finish the journey today. It is simply to maintain the integrity of the next 10 yards. Force yourself to move with minimum viable information. You don't need a map of the entire forest. You only need to see the next tree. Precision beats power. Simplicity beats speed.
Decide what one thing matters and ignore the rest with aggressive indifference.
There is a silent threshold that exists in every endeavor. It is the point where the cost of turning back becomes higher than the cost of moving forward. Most people never see this point because they are too busy calculating the risks of the first step. The 1% are not more courageous than you. They are simply more tired of waiting. They have realized that the perfect moment is a ghost, a moving target designed to keep you in a state of perpetual preparation. The gate you have been staring at is not locked. It was never locked. It was simply heavy, and it required a version of you that hadn't been born yet, a version that only emerges through the act of pushing. The world is divided into those who discuss the frontier and those who cross it. While the 99% continue to negotiate with their fears, the path ahead is clearing for you. The fog is not a wall, it is a curtain. Do not wait for the fear to vanish. It won't. Carry it with you. Do not wait for the path to be paved. Build it as you walk. You have analyzed, you have prepared, and you have suffered the friction of the start. The time for deliberation has expired. The arena is waiting. The threshold is beneath your feet. Move.